TAC 1L 1AA. I'm going to go really quickly on this packaging. Dual fuel uses one CR123 lithium or one AA alkaline battery, both included right there. 3 user selectable programs, 10 tap programmable. On the back it talks about a limited lifetime warranty, gives you a little bit of the specs on high, whether you're using a 123 battery. You get 350 lumens on high, an hour and 30 minutes of runtime, 160 meters of throw. And then if you use a AA alkaline battery on high, you get 150 lumens, an hour and 20 minutes of runtime, and 105 meters of throw. Now down here there is some contact information for Streamlight, just in case you are interested in reaching out to them. And then here's a small chart that shows how the batteries will perform over a long time. If you want to hang on to that chart, feel free to pause the video. Otherwise, I'm going to continue with this review. Now on the back of the package here, you can see that there is a nylon sheath that comes with the light. So we'll take a look at that. Very simple. It's a Velcro enclosure on the front. So it's real simple, just a very basic sheath. On the back it has a belt loop that is a Velcro enclosed type belt loop. So if you already have your belt on your pants, you can slip this underneath and then pop that Velcro on top. That way you don't have to worry about threading your belt through to get this onto your side. So that's pretty cool. It's just something nice that you can put your light in to protect the light, and it's a very basic sheath, but I think it's functional for what it is. The next thing that you see in this package is going to be the paperwork right here. Now this little card talks about using only Streamlight, Panasonic, Sanyo or Energizer 123 or Duracell 123s. Do not mix brands or old and new batteries, which I don't know why you would mix, but it says it's a fire hazard, a burn, fire explosion and all that. But I've never had a problem with my light. It works just fine for me. Now if we look here on this chart, you can see that it's IPX7 waterproof. It has a glass lens, removable pocket clip, multifunction push button tactical tail switch. It has an anti-roll face cap, durable anodized aluminum construction, and it's serialized for positive identification. Now there's a couple other languages, but if you look here, you can see this chart. It talks about lithium-ion CR123 batteries. On low you get 40 lumens for 14 hours of runtime, 53 meters of throw, 720 candela, 1 meter IPX7 waterproof standard, and 2 meters of impact resistance. And then of course if you go up to high, you're dealing with 350 lumens, an hour and 30 minutes, 160 meters of throw, 6400 on the candela, 1 meter of IPX7, and then 2 meters of impact resistance. And then of course if you go to strobe, you're going to deal with 3 hours of runtime. If you go with the AA alkaline battery, on low you get 40 lumens, on high you get 150 lumens. Low is going to last 7 hours and 30 minutes, high is going to last an hour and 20 minutes, 53 meters of throw on low, 105 meters on high, 720 candela on low, 2750 candela on high. The impact resistant is 2 meters on both, and the IPX7 on both settings is 1 meter. And if you do this strobe with the AA alkaline, you'll get 3.5 hours of runtime. Now if you talk about a AA lithium non-rechargeable, you're going to get 40 lumens on low, 150 on high, 14 hours of runtime on low, 4 hours and 15 minutes on high. That's a significant change. 53 meters of throw versus 105. Again, the candela ratings are the same, impact resistance the same, IPX7 is the same, and you get 8 hours of runtime on strobe. So if you're dealing with this guy, lithium battery, that's what they're talking about, or one of these guys. That's what they're talking about. You get those good run times. If you're dealing with like maybe something like this, not going to last as long. This is alkaline. But it performs just fine. Looking at the package, I got a couple more things to talk about. That is the light itself. It's a very pretty light, very nice. And then the batteries, I'm just going to leave the batteries in the package there. You can see Streamlight, ProTac, 1 lithium or 1 AA, 10 tap programmable, patented. There's my serial number. It's got a nice glass lens, smooth reflector, nice dual direction pocket clip that can be removed. It's pretty simple, just like that, pops right off. And the cool thing about that is if you want to put it on the side, it will mount on the side. So you can put it anywhere in here, or you can put it where it's supposed to go, right there. So I like that. There's a look at the tail cap switch. It's a very nice looking flashlight. You can see the little heat dissipators, and this is also, they're flat so that the flashlight won't roll like they said in the description. Now you can unthread the tail cap switch right here. You can see that red O-ring, and there is the tail cap switch spring. Not too bad. Threads. There's the O-ring that gives us the IPX7 waterproof rating. And then looking inside the battery tube, that's where it gets interesting. If you look in there, and I take something like a pen, if I push, this will go down. So like if I'm using my CR123, for example, this is a rechargeable, it'll go down until it hits those little things and it'll stop. And then it stops right there, and then you just put the tail cap on, and then the light will work. Just turn the switch on. But if you want to get like a AA in here, the flashlight, obviously you can see that the AA battery is a little bit longer than the 123, right? So what you'll do is you'll go down into the center down there, and it's spring loaded down there. See that? Look at that. It springs down in there. So once you put your AA in there, you get your tail cap switch, and it all just kind of compresses, and then you can turn the light on, and it's very simple, very easy to operate. 150 lumens is a good amount of light for a small EDC light. I mentioned it earlier that there are times that I'll use just a standard AAA battery. Okay, so you put that in there, you get it where it's going to be spring loaded, put the tail cap spring right on the battery, and then just pop that baby just like that. And now we're operating on a AAA battery in this light. It's a very simple, very functional, very versatile light as far as battery. This is an alkaline AAA, and it works just fine. Now some people don't like putting the AAAs. You can see it's marked in there to put the positive side down. Nice little diagram there. Some people don't like the AAAs because they feel like they wobble too much. So if that's something that bothers you, you can get one of these little AAA to AA adapters and just put basically turn it into a AA, and then it does the same thing. It's basically a AA now. Just doesn't, the run times change. So that's a pretty cool option. So there's a lot of versatility to this light. You'll see that it talks about strobe, that you could cause seizures in people that have photosensitive epilepsy. And then it tells you what I mentioned earlier about not using rechargeable 123s. I don't know why they say that, because I use them all the time and I've never had a problem. And then it talks a little bit about putting the batteries in and things, and then the basic operation of the light. And then right here it talks about the programming. Let's put a regular battery in. Just an alkaline battery, AA battery. Operating this light is extremely simple. We'll start by looking at the tail cap switch. There's momentary on, and then there's constant on. Momentary is when you half press the switch on the tail cap without clicking the switch, and then the light will stay on as long as you keep your thumb or finger on the switch. As soon as you let your thumb or finger off the switch, the light will turn off. Okay, so that's the momentary option. And then there's constant on, where you actually click the switch. You can now remove your hand from the switch and the light will stay on. When you turn the light on, the light will go to high. If you do kind of a momentary 1-2 thing, you'll see the second option of a strobe, 1-2, and then if you want that strobe to stay, just click it in. Otherwise, if you were to stay in a momentary strobe like this, when you remove your thumb, the light will turn off. The third option is low. So you start high, strobe, low. If you want to stay on low, you'll just go ahead and click it on to low, and now the light is on. Okay, so you got high, strobe, 3 of them is low. Now this flashlight has 3 different modes of operation, 3 different programmable functions. There's an option to change the light from operating at the default mode that you saw just a second ago to the second mode of operation, which is high only. To do that, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to do 9 very fast momentary half presses, and then on the 10th one we're going to hold it. Make sure that you don't click the switch, otherwise you'll throw the thing completely off. So what it'll do is it'll give us a bright acknowledgement light, and then the light will go off as we're holding the tail cap switch. Once the light goes off, it's telling us that we are on our second mode of operation. So let's take a look here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, press and hold. See where it got bright and then it went out? Now I can release my thumb from the switch and we are in the second mode of operation. What the light's going to do here is it's going to go high only. That's all it's going to do. Even if I do like half press and try to get to strobe and stuff like that, it's not going to do it. It's going to be just on and off, just high only. There's no strobe, there's no low, it's just high. So it's on or off. So if that's the type of flashlight that you want to operate, that's how you get to that mode. Now the third mode of operation is for people like me. People that don't want the full brightness of the light when they first turn it on. Maybe you're in a movie theater. Maybe you just don't want to blind everybody at camp. You want the light to come on to low first, but yet still have the option to go to high. So what I'll do is I'll do my 9 quick presses, hold on the 10th, and then you'll see that the light will go to a dim setting and then it'll turn off as the acknowledgement. And then we'll be on that third mode of operation. So let's take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and hold. See how it dimmed and then went out? Now when you turn the light on, it'll go to dim, and then if you do a secondary, it'll go to high. See that? So you got low, 1, 2 is high. 1 is low, 1, 2 is high. If you want to go back to the default factory mode of operation, you do the 10 press thing again, and you'll get a strobe acknowledgement flash from the light, and then when the light goes off you can release your thumb from the switch. Then you'll have the strobe function again. So let's take a look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and hold. See the strobe and then it went off. So now we are back to high, strobe, low. So there's high, 1, 2 is strobe, 1, 2, 3 is low. And that again is the default setting from the factory. That's the only setting out of the 3 modes of operation that has the strobe function. Let's take a minute and look at this little holster and see how it works. So I'm going to start by inserting the light with the lens down, and it's a good fit. Looks like it fills the holster pretty well. And then the flap, how does that Velcro line up? The Velcro lines up perfect. That looks like a very good fit. It's a very simple holster, and I think it's going to do what it's supposed to do without any problems. It's going to protect the light. So I would say that that looks really nice. Now let's try to change the orientation of the light. We'll put the tail cap switch down first, and we'll put the lens up and see how that looks. So something like that. And again, the Velcro is perfect. So that's a good option to carry your light. Personally, I think I would enjoy having it with the lens down. I think that's a better orientation. What does the light look like? Look at that. Light shines through the holster. But that's pretty cool. So the holster is definitely functional. It's inexpensive. It's the bare minimum, but I think it's just enough to do the job. Let's go ahead and test the IPX7 waterproof standard. So you can see that I drop it completely in the water. No problems. The light's wet. No problems, no issues. Let's change modes. Let's see if we can get to a strobe. 1, 2. Got it. Let's see if we can get to low. High, strobe, low. I got to do it faster. High, strobe, low. There we go. Back to high. See, it's much brighter. So IPX7 waterproof standard works like a champ. We're looking at a CR123 non-rechargeable lithium-ion battery. We are on low. This is 40 lumens. Again, 14 hours of runtime. So that's a pretty good amount of light. Let's take a look at high. High is 350 lumens. It'll last for an hour and a half. Again, 160 meters of throw, 6400 candela. That's a pretty good setting. That's a lot of light that comes out of this little thing. I like that quite a bit. And I like the pattern. You got that nice tight hot spot in the middle, a little bit of flood. So it's a good beam. Let's take a look at the strobe. Again, with the RCR123, the strobe will last for 3 hours. Now we are looking at a AA alkaline battery. We're on low. This is 40 lumens. This will last 7.5 hours. It'll produce 53 meters of throw, 720 on the candela, and you can see that the beam pattern is very nice. Let's bump it up to high. High is 150 lumens, an hour and 20 minutes of runtime, 105 meters of throw, and the candela rating is 2750. Now strobe warning. Let's take a look at the strobe here. The strobe is going to last for 3.5 hours with a standard AA alkaline battery. Okay, right now we're looking at a AAA alkaline battery. We are on low. This is 40 lumens. Pretty good amount of light. Let's kick it up to high. 150 lumens. Now the run times on the AAAs, I don't know what that is. They do work pretty good. I don't use them that often though. But this is the amount of light you can get with the AAA. Let's take a look at the strobe. 1, 2. Pretty crazy. This is all being done with the AAA. My final thoughts on this flashlight are very simple. It's an excellent light. Every battery that you see laid out right here on this table right now is a battery that I've used in this light before. Starting over here, using a standard alkaline AAA, AA alkaline, AA alkaline, AA lithium, another AA lithium, a CR123, all three of those, and all these batteries are non-rechargeables. These batteries over here on the right are all rechargeables. The CR123 rechargeable, another one. This is the 10440 lithium. This is the 14500. Those are all rechargeable. And up here, these are the nickel metal hydride rechargeable AA's. These AA's worked very well because we didn't lose our low setting. It'll have high, strobe, and low with both of these batteries. But when I use any of these rechargeables, I lose that low. It seems like it's just high and then strobe. But with these non-rechargeable lithiums, and that's what's kind of weird for me to figure out. Maybe the voltage is too high on these or something, because these operate at 3.7 volts. All four of these do. Where these ones, these three, they operate at 3 volts. So maybe it's something to do with the higher voltage tells the thing to get rid of low or something. I don't know. And then these two rechargeables, these operate at 1.2 volts. Now there is some Eneloop Pro batteries that I did also use that I don't have laid out here for the table, but those do work good in this light too. So final thoughts are very simple. This is a fabulous light. I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. Please feel free to leave your comments down below. Like this video, share this video, and as always, thanks for stopping by. Hope you have a beautiful day. We'll see you next time. I'll put a link in the description box down below where you can find this light. I didn't get sent this for review. They didn't send me no money. I'm not sponsored by them, nothing like that. This is a light that I believe in, that I purchased with my own money. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.